Cool. We're going to go ahead and get started. Thanks, everybody, again, for tuning in. Taking time out of your evening. My microphone position better. There we go. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in, taking time out of your evening. Appreciate it. Going to talk, like I said, about tickets and about websites mostly here tonight. I'm trying not to take too much of your evening up here. If you're watching on Google Meet, thanks for tuning in. There's a chat that is here as well where you can let us know the name of the track that you're from, just so we can kind of monitor those types of things better for questions purposes. And if you've got questions, put them in the chat in Google there, and we can answer those as they come up. If you're watching on Facebook Live, thank you for tuning in. Appreciate it. If you've got questions, put them in the comments. We'll try to get to them as we go through the session here. If we cannot, or for whatever reason miss, we'll circle back with you individually and answer any questions that you've got. Before we start, just want to let everybody know our help center is available online. You can go to mrphelp.com to get help center articles and YouTube videos for each individual item in My Race Pass that you might have questions on, so you can watch those. We have a bunch of videos on our YouTube page, as well as recordings of all the previous webinar sessions as well. You go to youtube.com, search My Race Pass through there. And then you can always email us, support@myracepass.com as well, to ask any questions that you've got and reach out to us, and we'll be happy to answer those with you. So with that, I'm going to jump in and get started. Like I said, tonight, we're going to talk primarily about online tickets, some advanced ticketing features, and then we'll talk about news articles and some website tools as well. The session took about an hour today, so it's been the longer one of the three that we do. But I'll try not to take up too much of your time here this evening, get you back to March Madness or Williams Grove or whatever else you've been watching. So in terms of adding tickets to an event, a couple ways to do that. And I'm just going to talk about general admission tickets first. First thing I'll have you do, the first way to add tickets, I should say, is through season management. In season management, you can look at all of your events that exist, and you can add tickets to any event in this view. So if you've got an event created, you can add tickets to it, right? So I'll choose, let's see, April 27th. I've got tickets added to this, or I don't have tickets added to this event yet. I can go ahead and add tickets. When I click on the event, there is an add tickets option that shows up here. Click on that. You can either copy from a previous event if that's what you want to do, or you can start from scratch. So I'll click next here. And here are the options that you've got when adding tickets. First, you can name the ticket. By default, it's always going to be the event name. 90% of the time, that works just fine. It is possible for you to rename it, though, to something else if you want to. You can set your availability dates, when they go on sale, when they're done selling, as well as a pre-sale date. If you have a pre-sale price ticket, right, for the first month your tickets are on sale, you want to have them at a discounted rate or whatever else, you can use the pre-sale date and pre-sale price options for that. And then there's the option for if the event is canceled, do you want it to be rain checked or refunded? There is an option here for reserved seating map. If you're going to have a reserved seating map, that has to go through us. For the time being, we build the maps, we apply the maps. And so if you're doing reserved seats or advanced ticketing, let us know. Again, this is I'm not sharing my screen on Google Meet, am I? Haha. I am on Facebook, so there's that. Let's share it on Google Meet. There we are. Perfect. So, again, just to kind of go back to where I was, right? Start in season management, go to events, find the event that you want to create tickets for. I'm using the April 27 event, I'm pretty sure is what I chose. And then I can press the add tickets button. This is what we've talked about thus far. Then at the bottom of the screen, the lower half of the screen, is the ticket options, right? The ticket types that you're going to add. So for this example, I can sell 1,000 adult general admission tickets at $20 a piece. I can sell 1,000 kids general admission tickets at $10 a piece. And I'll just say for this event, that's what I'm going to sell. But there are plenty of options, right? Seniors, military, family, VIP, pit pass options, just generic things. You can rename all of these fields to fit exactly what you're going to do, right? So if your kid's general admission is going to be, 6 to 11, just rename the field. 6 to 11 is the $10 ticket, and boom, we're ready to go. Add. So I add those tickets for that event. adding tickets to an event is as simple as that, right? We're just, creating those tickets this way. From this screen, I can share the tickets to my social media page on Facebook to give fans an easy way to click the link to buy the tickets, view the tickets as well, so you can view where they're going to be bought and sold at. View the ticket holders, which obviously right now there's going to be 0, but that's where you can view the ticket holders. And then again, if you're going to attach a ticket map, that goes through us. So then the question becomes, how do people buy these tickets, right? You can go to the My Race Pass app to your events. You can go to your website, and we'll look at the website stuff in just a minute. Or you can go to myracepass.com. Either way, you end up here. You end up in this screen. So I have an event just at random. I picked March 29 at Merced. They have a monster truck deal. Their tickets are $20 for adults, $15 for kids. This is what a fan would see when buying tickets, right? This is what you're looking at. So let's say I'm going to put an adult general admission ticket in. I'll add that to the cart. And this is the shopping cart, right? This is the checkout process. Really simple. So their ticket was $20. You can see in the cart, it's $21.90. And then there's a service fee. Let me explain the cart fee and the service fee a little bit here. The $1.90 cart fee, that comes to us, right? That's what we make off of tickets. So if your ticket at your racetrack is $20, just like it is here for Merced, you get $20 of every ticket sold. We don't keep any fees from what you're doing with your online tickets in advance. If your ticket's $20, you get $20. $1.90 fee to the customer comes to us. 88-cent service fee equals out 4%. So the customer pays $1.90 to us, 4% to pay the credit card transaction, which in this case is 88 cents. So for your $20 ticket, your fan pays $22.78. The $1.90 never changes, right? No matter how expensive or inexpensive your ticket is, $1.90 is our fee. Then obviously the percentage goes up or down based off of the price. But that's the fan purchasing tickets. The only caveat to that I'll tell you is that if you have a ticket out there for $0, if for whatever reason, right, you have a $0 ticket out there and you're still tracking how many people claim that ticket type, but it doesn't cost anything, then we don't apply any cart or percentage fee at all, right? It's just $0. They pay $0. There's nothing going on there. So yeah, it's pretty straightforward stuff. Now, if you have a ticket map, right, you have us go through and you create a ticket map and do all of those things. Just want to show the fan buying process for tickets that have a ticket map here quickly. We did one for Winchester for their USAC show that's coming up here in a couple months, month and a half, I guess. So we create a graphic of your facility. I can click and add tickets to my cart. There's my 2 seats that I'm going to buy, and I can purchase them that way. Everything else is exactly the same. Just want to show you that process of adding your tickets to your cart that way for a ticket map. There is, and I like to use New River as an example for this. There's a lot of different ways to utilize a reserved ticketing map. I like New River as an example because they do something kind of unique with it, and you can kind of see it in their header image, right? They got pickups and cars parked all the way around the edge of the facility. So they sell those as reserved spots through a ticket map. So if I go to buy tickets to, I think Cars Tour is coming there next month. There we go, Cars Tour. If I go to buy tickets for that event at Cars Tour, I can purchase those spots to park my car around the edge of the racetrack, right? So that's, an example of a unique way to use our reserve ticketing system to do something other than just front gate tickets, right? They're just general admission tickets for the grandstand, but they're using reserve tickets for those spots. So whether that's VIP parking or trackside parking or camping spots or I don't know, pit stall reservations, we do a lot of those as well. Let me give you an example of that. Fairmont Raceway, we do pit stall reservations. So when we go to tickets, their opening night tickets include their pit spots. So you can reserve a pit stall at Fairmont Raceway through My Race Pass. They have a huge infield. It's a huge racetrack. Everybody can park in the infield. So there's a lot of interesting and unique things that you can do with your reserve seating maps that we want to, if you've got, if it's a pain in your neck fielding phone calls or going through a Google form or something to sell individual spots of anything, whether it's camping or pit stalls or whatever, we want to definitely make that process a lot easier for you. And we can do that through our advanced ticketing features. So that's something to keep in mind there as well. So those are really the 2 main ticket types, right? Your general admission and your reserve spots. There is a second way to add general admission tickets. The first way, we go through season management, right? And we'll just use May 4th as an example here. You can also go directly to ticket management. We've got a ticket management tab here, and you can add tickets for any event this way. So I'll select an event. I'm just going to choose, what am I going to do? The May 4th, is that what I said it was? May 4. I guess I have to choose it on the calendar and find, and I can add a ticket to that event this way. You're getting the same information here, right? The name, the ticket name, the availability, the ticket types, all those types of things. It's the same interface, the same options to choose from, 2 different routes to get to the same spot if you're just doing general admission tickets. I will say in My Race Pass, there's no cost to the promoter to do online tickets. It's part of your race management package, whether that's Plus, Platinum, or Partner. No matter what package you have, it's already included online tickets. So if you don't have tickets out there online, I highly, highly, highly recommend that you put tickets online. The research shows, especially of the younger generation, that when they're searching for things to do, and they don't see a way to buy tickets online, oftentimes that's a barrier to entry for them. And if you don't have any other, even if you're not selling tickets online, if you don't clearly spell out how to get tickets to them, it's a deal breaker for a lot of young people. And those young people and those non-dirt track racing regulars, those are the fans that we're all competing for, right? Your regular fans are going to show up pretty much regardless. But how do you attract those new fans? Unfortunately, you have to cater to them quite a bit. And this is one way to cater to those new fans, is to give them an option right in front of their face to buy tickets to whatever event they choose, or spell out how they get tickets to every event that they choose. So highly, highly, highly recommend to have tickets online. When you don't, you're turning away customers that you don't know about yet. Even if it's a small number, you still have to try to build that fan base. Tickets online is a big piece of that puzzle. I'm just going to go through the rest of the features of our ticket management screen here once, and kind of show you the different things that are available here. I'll start with the packages option. Ticket packages. Ticket packages are intended for multi-day events, right? You've got a 3-day event, a 4-day event, a 5-day event, whatever. And this is grouping those events into a package. Now, you can't have multiple packages per event, right? So, for instance, if I have a 4-day show, I could have a 4-day ticket package, a 3-day ticket package, a 2-day ticket package, and then every event has its own individual tickets as well. But a ticket package is obviously a way to encourage customers to give you more money, right? That's what in a single transaction, they send you more money. They're buying more from you. That's the point of a package. The package works with general admission tickets. It also works with reserved tickets. And I want to give you one of the examples here as well. This weekend, Five Flags is doing a big event down in Pensacola, Florida. They've got ARCA East one night. They've got ASA Stars National Tour one night. Big event at Five Flags Speedway. So you can see when I go to the tickets tab, I can purchase single-day tickets for either of these 2 events, or I can buy a package for tonight, tomorrow, and Sunday. So there's my event tickets. Unfortunately, I'm using a bad example because the 3-day ticket package includes today. So that's out the window because, I can't buy tickets to an event that's already happening. But this is basically what you would see when you go buy a 3-day ticket package. So let me go to your favorite track and let me try that again here. Works just the same, though. When I go to buy a 3-day ticket package, I can choose this ticket package. I can see these are the events that are included in that ticket package and buy the ticket package. And then it's just a matter of clicking on the sections. Unfortunately, no, my spots are available. There you go. Click on the sections, hit next, go through the checkout process exactly like you normally would. Nothing changes about that at all. So that's a ticket package, right? Instead of buying a ticket to an event, they're buying 3 tickets at one time in one transaction. So they're still getting 3 barcodes to your 3 events or 4 events or 2 events or 10 or whatever it is. They're still getting individual barcodes to each event, but they're just buying all of them in a package in one transaction, sending you more money. When you go to create or edit any of these ticket packages, you're going to see a couple of different options, right? And a lot of these will be kind of straightforward. The availability dates. When do they go on sale? When do they not? Any description information you want them to have about the ticket type. But there's also this discount type that I want to highlight. Discount type is important in the off chance that one of the events within that package rains out or is canceled. This is how you're dictating what that discount is. Is the discount going to be dispersed evenly throughout the multiple events, or is it going to be only on the last day? So a lot of times with a ticket package, what'll happen is to entice fans to buy the package as opposed to the individual night event tickets. The package will be at a slightly reduced cost, right? If your tickets are $20 a night, you sell the package at, maybe $10 off. We'll say that would be $60. You sell the package at $50, you get $10 off if you buy the ticket package. So the discount type applying will be if an event rains out, how is that discount applied when you go to refund those tickets? If it's evenly across all events, let's say I've got 3 events, my discount ends up being $9. That means that I'll have roughly $3 per event that would be discounted. So my regular tickets are $20, but my discount type was over evenly for the discount. Then I will refund that person $17 because it's the difference in the package price. If it's all on the last day, then all $10 of that discount would be applied on the last day. So if only the finale, like for me, if only September 1 rained out, then that refund would be $10 less than if they bought that ticket on the single day as opposed to buying the package. So you're never going, basically the bottom line is this. I'll sum this up in a bow here. You'll never refund people more than what they purchased. If that makes sense. So that's just kind of what this is doing for you. And again, you get to select the events that are included in that package. You get to select the ticket types that are included in that package. And then you can view a sales report for that individual package as well. Obviously, I'm going to pretend racetrack. I don't have any sales, but this is where you would view that sales report for the ticket package specifically. That's tickets package, right? Multi-day event packages. Punch cards then is the next option. And this is the next way to sell tickets, right? There's 3 ways to sell tickets. There is individual night, there's the ticket package, and then there's these punch cards. And there are 3 types of punch cards, each doing slightly different things. None of them are truly a punch card. It's a really, really awesome feature that kind of is poorly named. But I don't know of a way to name it differently, so we call it a punch card. But when I add a punch card, there are 3 types that you can choose from. You can name it, you can set your availability date. But then there's 3 types that you can choose from: a season pass, a per event pass, and a total punch pass. So I'll kind of highlight the differences in the 3. A season pass is probably the most easy to understand in this, right? You add a season pass. That means that a customer goes in and buys 1 barcode that is good for 1 redemption at every event of your choosing. So when I go here, we're doing a season pass out there for Port Royal. I'll choose Port Royal Speedway. I will go to tickets, and now there's a season pass available. So Port Royal has added 33 events to their season pass. Every event in this list, they add to the season pass. And when I go to buy tickets, I can buy an infield general admission pass. I can buy an individual seat in the grandstand. They've got some, other general admission options in some of their other sections. Either way, I'm buying a season pass. Season passes specifically work with general admission tickets or with reserved tickets. So with a reserved seating map or reserved pit stalls or reserved camping or whatever else, you can have it link to a season pass that way. It also works with general admission tickets. And this kind of is what you would expect it to be, right? Rapid Speedway, Rock Rapids, Iowa. They've got a 24 season pass for pit passes, including 19 events. They've got a 2024 season pass for the grandstands, including 19 events. Both of them are general admission style, right? It's $200 for a season pass. And when I go, I can get into each one of these 19 events with that season pass. I can scan my season pass 1 time at every one of those 19 events. That's how that works with a season pass. A per event pass, a little bit different. Instead of 1 redemption per event, or Now what I'm doing is I'm setting an X number of redemptions for one event. So instead of all of my events, I'm just basically saying for X or for this event on my schedule, if I already use Rapid Speedway, right? They've got a big 410 sprint car night, July 5th. So if I was doing this, I could buy bulk. I could do this as a giveaway for sponsors. I could have this be a VIP section pass, whatever. I can, in this instance, say my VIP holds 20 spots. So I type 20 in here. It's a per event pass. Now I'm selling somebody one barcode that can be scanned 20 times at one event, right? So one person buys the ticket. They forward the barcode to 19 of their friends via email or print them off or whatever they want to do. Either way, that one barcode can be scanned 20 times for that event. So that means that if you've got a group of 20 people or you've got a hospitality tent with 50 people or whatever, they don't have to organize all showing up at the same time and come to the gate at the same time or whatever. They can just show up. Hey, I've got my VIP ticket, scan it, boom, there they go in. Or hey, I've got my, I work at Bob's Garage. It's Bob's Garage race night. You gave Bob's Garage 30 tickets, scan, boom. Now you can monitor how many tickets did Bob's Garage really use. You know what I mean? You could sell that to yourself, quote unquote, through the POS system if you're comping them. Put it in their email address or whoever's email address needs the tickets, send them to them. And now I can monitor, hey, Bob's Garage, I gave you guys 30 tickets. You redeemed 2 of them. I don't know, like what could we have done differently to make this better for you? Whatever. You can start to ask those questions. Either way, you can use it to comp tickets. You can use it for VIP hospitality tickets. You can use it as a bulk ticket discount. Whatever you need to do. Really, really works well for the bulk ticket discount, right? You've got, Boy Scouts of America that they can buy 40 tickets at a discounted rate. They just buy one ticket, forward it to the 39 other people that are coming, and now they can get in that way. So it's a total number of redemptions at an event. A total punch pass is almost a little bit of a combination of the two. You're setting X number of redemptions through X number of events. I like to compare this to like minor league baseball, right? I can buy 10 tickets that can be redeemed at any or at X number of events or whatever. Like my local team in Sioux Falls, they have like a July thing where you can buy 30 tickets that can be used at any game in the month of July. Basically, that's what this is, right? Now I can buy one barcode that can be scanned 20 times at any event of my choosing. So if you've got 10 events on that list, you've got 20 scans. Theoretically, they could use up 10 of their scans on the first night. Then they'd have 10 left for the other 9 nights that you've added. So kind of a little bit of a combination of the two. But those are all the ways that we sell tickets, right? There's individual event tickets, whether that's general admission or reserved. There's ticket packages, whether that's general admission or reserved. There is a season pass, whether that's general admission or reserved. And then there's a per event and a total punch pass. And those do not work with reserve seats. Those are general admission style seats only for the per event or the total punch pass. There's a lot of different ways to sell tickets through My Race Pass. Excited to see people continue to get creative in terms of how they use those. From there, I'm just going to keep running down the list. I've got a customers page here. Customers page, you can type in an event date to get to a ticket sold report. It's the same ticket sold report that we saw in the packages, right? This is the package ticket sold report. If I'm doing a punch card, I can get to my punch card ticket sold report, or I can search a singular date to find a ticket sold report for that singular date. When I go to tickets here, there is an option when you click on an individual ticket from ticket management to get to sold tickets up here as well. Sold tickets, I can get to ticket sold report that way as well. It all takes you to the same place, ticket sold report here. So hopefully that makes sense for you. I should mention in ticket management, I think I forgot to mention this in the afternoon session, but I should mention here as well that when this ticket management page, clicking on an individual event, this is also how you get paid for that event. There's this get funds and full refunds button. That will either, you'll click on the button, right? And you'll say, it'll send a code to a phone number that we've got on file. and then it will say either A, complete, or refund. You type in the verification code that my boss just got and is very confused about, I'm sure. Then you type in complete or refund. If you type complete, we ACH the money to your bank account. Usually, typically people do this on a weekend. It'll get sent the next Monday. But depending on the ACH process, you can have those funds anywhere from Monday afternoon to Wednesday, depending on your bank. If you type refund, we send refunds out to all the customers, all the ticket buyers. You don't have to worry about refunds at all. We handle the refunds. And again, same ACH process. If we send them out on a Monday, they'll get it anywhere from Monday afternoon to Wednesday, typically in that time range, depending on how quickly their bank processes ACH payments. So that's how that works. I'll also include chargebacks in that conversation. We handle all chargebacks. Somebody files a chargeback on you, we fight it, and in the rare event that they win, we pay it. Like, it doesn't, we handle the chargebacks for you. We don't force that upon you at the present time. Analytics page is next. The ticket analytics page, and again, this is a fake profile, so we don't sell a lot of tickets out of here. The tickets analytics page shows you a ton of really interesting and cool demographics information that I've seen people use for some really creative benefits to their racetrack. So it starts with a heat map, right? Where are your people coming from? Just a really cool visual way to be able to see that. Tickets sold, unique customers, unique zip codes, all those types of things. But as I scroll down the page, this is where the numbers get to be more and more interesting. The top cities option shows you the municipalities where most of your ticket buyers are from. Some racetracks are surprised by where their fans are actually coming from, or at least their fans that are buying tickets in advance. It's a really good way for you to start to plan and understand where you're going to do advertising, newspaper and radio and billboards and flyers and however else you're going to advertise. Where are your customers actually coming from? Distance traveled, right? Are your ticket buyers the people who are right outside your front door? Are they the ones buying in advance, or is it people coming from a long ways away? Are they the ones who are buying in advance? Purchase dates. How far in advance are people buying? It allows you to find that sweet spot of when do I actually make tickets go on sale to create demand for people to buy? Like, how far in advance do people want to buy? Purchase prices, ticket types that are being purchased. Are you selling regular general admission weekly tickets? Are you selling VIP tickets in advance? What are you actually selling in advance? There's gender and age demographics. And then there's the analytics by event as well. One unique and interesting story that I had heard from a track in the Pacific Northwest, and I love telling this story because, this is how you use my race pass to make money out of thin air. He was able to gather the data from this analytics page and present it to his local state's Board of Tourism and show the state Board of Tourism, look, you can see by the municipalities, you can see by the heat map, you can see by the distance traveled that I'm bringing people to the area that nobody else is. I'm the reason people are coming to our part of the state. And the State Board of Tourism gave them a grant because of it. So you really never know how valuable this data can be if you can start to work with, a tourism board or, your local municipal governments or, things like that. You never know how valuable this information can be when you show it to the right people. And there's a lot of really good data and demographic information here as well. The pass list will show, or the pass list is to be used in conjunction with a reserved seating map, and it serves two purposes. One, blocking off seats. I can block off a seat, right? So if you're comping a ticket to somebody, or you've got a section that is unavailable for that night, or whatever, somebody won a contest, got a free camping spot, whatever you want to do, you can block off seats this way, adding the ticket holder's name and email address. That's the first thing that makes this valuable. Second thing that makes this valuable when I add a ticket holder is the code option. And of course, in my demo profile, things are going to move slowly here. There we go. So I can add a code. I can generate a reservation code. The way that can be used is that if you email somebody the reservation code for a map where all of the seats are blocked off, all of the seats will be blocked off until they type in that code, right? So if I go to a reserved seating map, Spoon River, I'll say, just because I know they have a map out there. And let's say you've got all of your spots in that ticket pass list, but they all have codes generated. I emailed individual person. Let's say I emailed Chris Krug this reservation code. When he goes in to buy the ticket, they'll all be blocked off, but he can have a reservation code, type in the reservation code. Now he has access to buy the seat associated with that code, or the spot or whatever associated with that code. So it's a really good way to do renewals to make sure that your people are only buying the spot that they have a claim to, can't buy any other spots. So the code can be used for renewals, or this screen can be used to block off seats. So really two purposes for the pass list. And again, used in conjunction with a reserved seating map. Ticket maps here as well. This is what we do. We build the ticket maps. You get us the information, we build it. We can do a lot of different things with ticket maps. This isn't something where you'll be. This is something where we will be building those maps. We can do a lot of things with maps. We already talked about. We can sell, Spoon River wanted to buy pit passes. I want to buy a $45 pit pass. There we go. Spoon River is selling the pit pass that way. Or I can buy a grandstand seat to their top 5 sections, or I can buy a camping spot. Or we talked about trackside spots, or pit stop. We already talked about all stuff. The last thing in this screen is the tools section, which gives you two things. One, the point of sale system. Two, the redemption area. The redemption area is also a part of the point of sale system. We just have it listed out here twice because there are 2 individual permission levels that you can add. So if you want your people at the front gate using the box office system to be only have access to the box office system and not be an admin everywhere else, you can have a user permission level for that specifically. Add them as a ticket redemption user or box office user. Same thing with the redemption users, right? Redemption users are people who have access to the in-app app scanner. Give them access as a redemption user here if you want them to be able to have that access. And then under ticket scanning and redemption, there's also demo tickets. So if I click on that, it's just demo barcodes. So you can export or print or do whatever else you want there for testing purposes, right? You want to see if this scanner works well with that or whatever. Demo tickets are here. But I want to look at, and I'm all over the place here. I want to look at the box office system here, right? So I'm going to open the box office and we'll go through this quickly. There's 5 areas here. The box office system is extremely user interface friendly and easy to use, but we'll still go through each one here. First is the current event view. If I click the current event view, I am able to sell tickets to the next event chronologically on my schedule. Now, I don't have any tickets for sale until April 6th, but theoretically, this would primarily be used on race night, so that night's tickets will show here, whether they're general admission tickets or they're a ticket map. Of course, I have a map that is an example with no tickets turned on. But that's current event view, selling tickets, whether general admission or through a map for that current event. Now, if you're using a ticket map, it is imperative that you use the box office system. You don't want to accidentally sell the same seat twice. You don't want to have to print out a big spreadsheet that people have to have in front of them at your gate to mark off what's been sold and what's haven't, and have them miss something, and it takes a long time. No. It's imperative that you use this if you're using a reserved seating map so that you can, in real time, figure out what seats are available, pick them, and move them to the next screen, the shopping cart. We'll come back to the shopping cart. The all tickets view now gives you the option to sell any ticket type, whether that's a package, a punch card, or a single event ticket. No matter what you're doing, you can sell them out of the all tickets view. So where does that come into play? One, comes into play if you're on the first night of a 3-day show. You've got individual night tickets, which will show in the current event view. But somebody walks up and says, hey, can I buy a package for all 3 days of this? Yeah. Let's sell them a 3-day package. Go to the all tickets view, sell them the 3-day package. Or somebody walks up your first night and instead of handing you $20, they want to hand you $300 for a season pass. Heck yeah, I'll sell you a season pass for $300 at the front gate. Make your money. This is an opportunity to continue to do that. The next screen here is the past order screen. Past orders is what I kind of like to call the problem child screen, right? Because more often than not, when you look at this screen, it's because somebody walked up to the gate and said, oh, I lost the email and I don't have the My Race Pass app, or my ticket's not scanning and I can't figure out why, or whatever. There's some reason that they're causing you a problem. If it's a really high volume night, I really recommend to have a separate window just for the people who have a problem. But if it's not a high volume night, you got time to work it at the gate. It doesn't matter. Go to the past order screen. You can search for them by name, right? So let's say Chris Krug, his ticket's not scanning, right? So I can go and click on that. I can say, okay, the item that you bought was for the 4/13 event, and today's 3/22. Your ticket's not scanning because it's the wrong night. Obviously, they'd be able to see that on their ticket also, but for argument's sake, we can show it this way and see what they bought. The more common reason for this, right, is because, I lost my ticket. I know I bought it for tonight, but I lost my ticket. Let's say today's 5/7/23. They lost their ticket, whatever. You can go and view their ticket items. You can print their vouchers, print their ticket off for them. Hand it to them, send them back to the scan-in line, make it simple and fast and easy for them. That's the primary use of that past order screen. Next option is shopping cart. Shopping cart shows you everything that you had selected previously and didn't check out with, right? So I bought tickets in the current event view, and then I navigated other places, and now I come back to shopping cart, still ready for me to check out. Also, when I add a ticket, it'll automatically bring me to the shopping cart. I can do two things in shopping cart. One, I can gather email address and zip code. They're optional. If you're super busy and can't, totally understand. If you can, more analytics from zip code, more retargeting options from email address. It is valuable for you to capture this data. But if you can't, it's optional. Then you select payment type cash. That brings us to the second thing you can do here. When you complete the order, it brings up a print preview screen automatically. You can print their tickets. Our tickets are designed and formatted really well to be used with a Dymo printer. You can get them on Amazon. They're cheap as heck. Same thing with the Dymo printer paper, formatted for that, cheap as heck. It gives you, I don't know how big these are, kind of sort of 2 by 3.5 inch, little longer than a business card, but right around business card size. Contains everything here, right? Contains the barcode, contains the dollar amount, contains the section, row, and seat, all those types of things. Will print off. And again, when you hit submit, brings up the print preview screen automatically, print, rip it off, hand it to them, we're good. They can go and get their ticket scanned. They're all set. Next option here then is the redeem tickets window. There are a couple of things here with redeem. There's 3 ways to redeem a ticket. One, there's a demo option here. If you have a demo ticket that I showed you previously and you want to test scan, see how it works, demo redeem. Or you can redeem for any event that is within the past 30 days. Or you can redeem for any event within the next 7 days. So if, for typically you'll only be redeeming night of, but weird stuff happens. I get it. You want to redeem for last night or tomorrow, whatever. You can do that. You have those options here for you. When I go to redeem for an event, the cursor always stays in the box. You never have to click back here. You basically just have this screen up, and then you can USB a scanner into the computer, or you can Bluetooth it into the computer, have somebody standing out there with the scanner, turns green if you're good, turns red if you're not, all those types of things. There's also an in-app scanner, right? That's where the redemption permission comes into play with the in-app scanner. You can either use the in-app scanner to scan, or I Bluetooth a scanner to my phone and use it that way. That's the easiest for me, because then I don't have to be tied to a computer. I can be moving around. I can have my phone out, but I can scan with a Bluetooth scanner, the actual barcode scanner, and then turns red, turns green, makes the right noise, makes the wrong noise. All those things exist. Makes it super fast and easy to scan in tickets. Be shocked at how fast it goes when people buy online and you can scan at the gate. It just is more efficient for everybody. Spend a lot of time on tickets, much more than I had intended to. I need to spend some time on websites now. So let me open up our fake website and just go through some of the features here. There are 4 most high trafficked areas to your website. My Race Pass takes care of 3 of them, so you never have to look at them. Schedule, results, points, and news. If you're using My Race Pass, you have to build a schedule to score the races. Your schedule is updated on your website. You never look at it. You're done. If you use My Race Pass to score your races, your results update on your website as the races happen. You never update the results tab of your website. Boom, done. Points. End of the race night, you're scoring the races through My Race Pass. You have a points page up. Calculate your points. Never have to look at the points page of your website. Schedule, results, points, all updated automatically because you're using My Race Pass. How valuable is it that the 3 of the 4 most high trafficked areas of the website, you'll never update yourself because it's already done, because it's built into the My Race Pass network? That leaves news. I want news to be the most high trafficked area of your website. I want you to be posting news articles consistently so people are coming to your website to read about what's happening at your facility. Please post news articles. News articles is a way to drive traffic to your website, and I'll tell you why that's valuable here in My Race Pass in just a moment. But let me show you news, right? There is a news management tab here in My Race Pass on the back end. I'm going to delete this other previous article. 2 ways to find a news article. First, and I'm going to use Houston Speedway as an example. If anyone else has written a news article and tagged you in it, you'll have the option to add it to your website if you want to, right? So if I log in as Houston Speedway, I can see Aiden Lloyd wrote this article. I can either add or dismiss, depending on what I want to do. Brogan Carter did. MSTS Sprint Cars did. JJ Hickel did. Cole Vanderheiden did. Andrew Kaziski did. Tad Poshpissel did. So a lot of these drivers are writing news articles and tagging the racetracks in them. So it's possible that drivers or series are going to create content for you. But that's just an option that you've got available. A second way to have news on your website is to create it, right? So I'm going to add a news article, show you the options here. There's a couple of options for creating the article. One, the article heading, right? This is the subject line of your email. Think of it that way. Type in the article heading. There we go. 2024 schedule set to be released. Whatever you want it to be. There's an article credit. It doesn't have to have a credit in there, but you can have an article credit if you want to credit a press writer or company or whatever. There's a body. I encourage you to write your news article in a word processor like Microsoft Word and then copy and paste it into the body. That way, if you lose internet halfway through, you don't lose what you were working on, right? I've seen that happen. I worked in education before this. I saw that happen with kids writing essays constantly. They would always call me, I lost my essay. Well, why? Because I lost internet. Well, write it in Word then. Next thing is article media. You can use an already existing picture that exists on your website already, or you can upload a new one. Either way, add media to your news article that way. And then there's article networking, and this is just exactly what we talked about. This is where we're tagging things. A type of racing, whether that's late models or wing sprint cars or whatever. A driver, right? You're writing a post-race article. Tag the drivers who finished top 3 in each class. A track, if you're a series, tag the tracks you're going to. If you're a track, tag the series that are coming. You can tag an individual event. And I want to kind of show you an example of what that looks like. I don't want Midwest Drag Racing Series. I want Wild West Shootout. Although the Midwest Drag Racing Series website probably is one of the cooler lookings we've done, I still want Wild West Shootout. So I look at my schedule because they tag events in their news articles. When you go to look at their results on a night-to-night basis, or if you go to look at your details before the race happened, you'll see the description information from season management, the contact, and the classes. But you'll also see custom news articles for that event specifically. If you tag an event, it'll show in this events view. That's valuable as well. Tag classes, tag sponsors, tag whatever, publish the article. Once the article is published, you can do one other thing that I want to show you that's valuable. You can share it directly to social media. Click the link, share to your Facebook page, post. Now you've got a link to the article that directs people back to the website, getting traffic on your website, utilizing news. You'll see on a lot of our websites, there is, I'll use Midwest Drag Series because I like the website so much. There is advertising on the websites that you didn't sell. right? The Element receiver is here in that one. There's going to be stuff, like there's going to be built-in news articles. There's going to be a lot of different things that you didn't sell. Wildwest Shootout's another good example. Got to race apparel, got to race down here, dirt draft, all that kind of stuff. So we have the ability through the network, through our network of websites, through the app, through our newsletters, through different things like that, to sell advertising at a corporate level. And then we share the revenue for that advertising back to the racetracks and series, depending on, and we disperse that based on page views. The more page views you get on your website, the more digital advertising money you get back. DA is a huge part of our websites. So basically what that means is that the more times people visit your website, the more money you make on a quarterly basis through My Race Pass. People have paid for their websites pretty easily with digital advertising money because they're good at driving their customers back to their site. Don't put a news article on Facebook. Put a link to the news article on Facebook, having them drive back to your website. Make yourself more money through digital advertising. Those types of things are just exceptionally valuable. That's what we want you to do. Every time I go to Rapid Speedway's website, I'm seeing an impression. Of course, ours is on there right now, but I'm seeing impressions for advertisers. And so, they're making money. Every time somebody goes to your website, you're making money. That's what I want you to look at this as. So that's extremely valuable as well. Last thing I'll show you here before we wrap, because we're really taking a long time, is adding videos or images to your website, videos and photos. So I'll do this all with photos, but just keep in mind that videos is the same interface. There's only one difference, and I'll show you that. But when I go to the Photos tab of a website, you can see that I've got 4 galleries up here. I've got 17 photos within this gallery of various things, whatever else, right? So in My Race Pass, when I go to Web Management and I look at Media at the top of the screen, there's a Photos option. I've got 8 galleries that exist, but you notice 4 of them are deactivated, so only 4 are showing on the website currently. But I can click into any gallery to rearrange the photos or to add captions to the photos to, do whatever. I just viewed it there, but add to another gallery, remove from the gallery, those types of things. You can also add a new one, upload new, drag and drop it here. You can tag it as different things if you want to. That's how you can add a new photo to your gallery. It's really a straightforward process. There's not a lot to this. I would encourage you to add captions to your photos. The reason for that is that if somebody who's visually impaired is using a screen reader to view your website, the screen reader comes to the photo or the piece of media, and it needs to know what to tell the visually impaired person about that object on the screen. It can do that if you have a caption. So your caption can be a throwaway caption. You still need a caption there. That's important that you do that. Videos is exactly the same. The interface is the same. I can add galleries. I've got 2 galleries here. I can make them active or inactive, all that stuff. There is only one difference, and that is if I am adding a new item to the gallery, instead of uploading it locally from my machine, it has to be an online link. So it has to exist on YouTube or Vimeo or whatever else. So that's really the only difference between photos and videos in My Race Pass. That's really what we have time for here. I appreciate you guys taking the time out of your evening. I apologize for being long-winded. That's the price of having an announcer do this. We like to talk. If you've got questions, please reach out to us. support@myracepass.com. You can also see our help center, mrphelp.com, for help articles and small videos on how to do all these things. All of our webinars, as well as all of our help center videos, are uploaded to our YouTube page. So check out the YouTube page as well to answer some of your questions there. But again, really appreciate you guys taking time out of your evening to be a part of this. Please reach out with any questions that you've got. That's all I've got time for today, but thanks for being a member of Team MRP, and we will talk to you later. Thank you, everybody.